Good afternoon, David Hosey here from Hosey Consulting and Training. Today we're going to talk over pistols versus body armor and a variety of different types. And first, kind of a disclaimer on this. I'm looking at body armor and the ability to defeat it with a pistol as a neutral concept. I'm not looking like that we're going to go shoot at police or anything else like that. There's lots of examples of civilians dealing with body armor. A few years back, 30 minutes from where I'm standing right now, there was a series of takeover bank robberies where they go and shoot up the ceiling and everything else like that, where the whole robbery crew was wearing body armor. Those kind of things happen. You also have a number of these mass shootings where the evil perpetrator is wearing body armor. Body armor is a fact of modern life if you're looking at for gun fighting. There's been more developments in pistol ammunition to defeat body armor and kind of meet that challenge, and we'll be talking over some of those today. Other things, armor-piercing ammo, by federal definition that is illegal, has a steel penetrator with it, or something other than copper or lead. I'm not talking about any of this with dealing with what's the federal definition of armor-piercing ammo. What we're going to demonstrate today is bullet shape and velocity are the biggest things in defeating body armor. So that's what we're going to look at here. A lot of the stuff is going to be made out of copper, but it's under federal law, it's not considered armor-piercing ammo. It's really, again, velocity and body shape here. And you think, well, then the feds might ban velocity, but all rifles almost inherently can penetrate soft body armor otherwise. Oh, other quick thing when I talk about rifle plates versus pistol plates. This here, armor carrier, 20 odd pounds of it. Center section here is a rifle plate. There's a side rifle plate. This is soft armor. The stuff on the sides here is soft armor. The neck armor is soft armor. The little groin protector down here is soft armor. All that can be defeated with what we're going to talk about here today. This will stop 12 gauge and conventional pistols, so will this. There's also face masks out here for face armor that can do this. And if you think, I'm never going to run into a guy armed with an armor and face mask, that question was answered, for example, again in the Sutherland Springs church shoot massacre, where the guy had an armored face mask. I'm also going to go over some American civilian stuff going on here. Internationally, several other countries have come up with different solutions to this. The Russians and Chinese, not bound by our federal law, I won't go for the Russians, for example, have armor-piercing ammo because they're thinking they might face our soldiers in this, plus criminals and terrorists, especially the Russians dealing with their whole Chechnya mess, have developed a lot of armor-piercing ammo for pistols and pistol caliber submachine guns. What they use is steel penetrators because it's an easier solution than what I'm doing here. And like the Russians have gone to 9mm P+P standard for what they're using for armor-piercing ability. Again, both nationally and internationally, body armor and the ability to defeat it is a really coming thing, whether you want it to be or not. That's what the reality is here. So I'm not going to do the chronographs. I'm just going to set up water bottles with body armor on it and shoot them to see if it penetrates or not penetrates. I'll show a couple examples of what won't penetrate conventional ammo. Then we'll start going into the specialist stuff, and I'll talk about the make and model of the pistol or what variations I have onto it and the ammunition, so you can find it yourself if you want this capability. And real quick, what I'll be using here for my panels for the most part will be level 3A body armor, manufactured 3 years ago, or 2.5 anyway. And for the simple concept, no clay backing behind it, no ballistic gel behind that. Just proof of concept, not complete scientific or testing. First, what we're going to do here is, a lot of times to show what something is, you show what it isn't. We use my carry gun with my carry ammo. This is just standard pressure federal 124 grain HST, real common pistol ammunition. I've got a scrap down there of body armor off an old military armor carrier that I got surplus. This should be stopped by it. Come up here and that's not a penetration, the bullet didn't go through. we come back in here, it's captured right in there. There's where my hit was. There's where the bullet is captured in here. I'm not going to pull it on out, but you can. But this is what body armor does. It stops the bullet. There's a little bit of back face deformation in that, where it hit would be a pretty heavy punch with it, but it stops it. Now we'll go with a little bit more fresher stuff than this, with level 3A National Institute of Justice certified stuff, and see if we can punch through it, not here where there's this little lump in here between my fingers where the bullet ended up. Okay, next up, FN57. This is a Mark I version, and lead ammunition is Trident ammo, which is a solid carbon, pushing well over 2,000 feet per second. Normal 5.7 was originally developed as an armor-piercing cartridge. You can't buy those rounds because it's steel penetrators. And the commercial stuff out of pistols won't penetrate body armor. That's normal commercial. Elite ammo, and then there's several other aftermarket kind of boutique ammo shops will sell ammo that will definitely do it. So here. Okay. Went on through like it wasn't even there. Zoop, zoop. Through and through, and down into the ground there on the backstop. Next one, we use a Glock 20, 10 millimeter here, but I'm going to switch it out with a conversion barrel to 9x25 Dillon. Here, just so real easy drop-in conversion. This is from Lone Wolf Enterprises. Getting harder. It used to be really easy to get 9x25 Dillon conversion kits, but now it's harder. I'm not sure why. If you shop around, you could still get them. For ammunition, I'm using 9x25 Dillon, which is just a 10 millimeter neck down, since the easy conversion kit. What this uses is a 90 grain bullet. It's really a full metal jacket designed for a 380 auto, in a 10 millimeter case that's neck down to 9 millimeter. So it's really, and it does a bit over 2,000, right around 2,000 feet a second, almost twice its intended muzzle velocity. You won't get great terminal ballistics except for just hydrostatic shock, but it generally zips through things pretty good. So here. And you can see it really zipped on through. Oop. It went through there, and it's not in there. I've got second hole. There we go. There's where it came out. Right through there. We'll have to rebuild this here. What you can see is this stopped it a bit more, larger bullet. And again, bullet shape. It's more of a rounded shape, so it's harder to get on through. Pointed shapes work better. Next, after this, we'll try some more pointed bullets. So we put our body armor back together. I may have another piece that we'll use if that one gets too bad. But what we're going to do next is 10 millimeter. And what we're going to use is an Extreme Defender. See that little, looks almost like a drill bit thing on there. Made by Lehigh Defense, loaded by Underwood. Chronographed this at 1930, and will be out of this custom 1911. This was actually a retirement gift, so don't show it off that often. With a 6-inch barrel. It was 1790 feet per second out of that Glock 20 with its stock 4.6-inch barrel. But I want to see what this does. I don't take it out as much as I can, so real quick. I think it went through. So right there, went out right there otherwise. Again, bullet shape. The more solid copper ones seem to do a lot better and more pointy. That round nosed 90 grain bullet that we did barely penetrated, and the armor sucked up a lot of its velocity. Well, this one, it zipped right through. A lot of that's bullet shape. This is actually slower than that 9mm round and bigger, but it was the bullet shape that did it. Okay, up next, 9mm Walther PPQ. This is just 9mm NATO. I thought this is designed as a NATO mil-spec pistol, so it can take plus P ammo, because it's good because this is a 90 grain plus P plus. Another Lehigh Defense Extreme Defender bullet, 90 grain, loaded by Underwood ammo. We'll see how this does. Velocity I got when I chronographed this was just over 1,600 feet. And no penetration. So I've got an answer to that no penetration next. So again, velocity and bullet shape's the big thing here. So same ammo as before, 9mm P plus P, 90 grain Lehigh Defense, but now with a twice as long barrel, they give me over 100 feet more muzzle velocity. And right here, right through. A little blown on the side, but no bullet captured. Through and through in the barrel. Now, what does that do with our 9mm pistol? You're thinking, well, I need all these exotic calibers or a long barrel to do it. So what I have in here is Lehigh Defense 9mm, just plus P, so it's not super hot and like you're going to wonder if your gun's going to break on it. This is 65 grain, doing over 800 feet per second. Also again from Lehigh Defense, and also an Extreme Defender bullet. And this time, right through. So these are on the edge of what can be penetrating otherwise. You can get more velocity by going to a lighter bullet, where this one, instead of 1,600 feet per second, it goes closer to 1,800 feet per second. Or you can go to a longer barrel to get that velocity up. Both these are 9mm guns. If you use these in your other 9mm guns, make sure they're ready for P plus P ammo. And how small of a barrel and how small of a bullet can you go? We'll do that real quick. So far we've been going over more full-size pistols, either the conversion barrels or really hot ammo, or submachine guns with hot ammo. What I'm going to go over next here is more of a carry gun. This is a Glock 29, normally in 10mm, but I've got a 9x25 Dillon conversion barrel on it. Somewhat concealable here. So, and this is 9x25 Dillon, another Lehigh Defense bullet loaded by Underwood, 90 grain, so we've got that little machine bit thing going. And see how that is. About 1,900 feet per second is what we're looking at there. And yowza! Penetration, but barely there. Now you're thinking, well, that's still a double stack gun with that extended barrel. It gets pretty fat. Well, how about something I can hide in my pocket, normal concealed carry? Like say this Walther here, PPS. What I've got in this is 9mm by 19 NATO plus P ammo with that 65 grain one we use out of the larger Walther. And did I even hit it? And it's 1,790 feet per second. And that's not marked from before. Zipped right through. So out of a pocket pistol with this that's the 65 grain stuff. If your pocket pistol, it's not quite a pocket pistol, it's technically a subcompact, can take 65 grain ammo. with something I can just stuff in my pocket. Easy carry gun. I've got armor piercing ability. Its terminal ballistics is a good question. You think, well, this little zippy thing is going to go like a full metal jacket and make a little zippy hole in things. The Lehigh Defense with that little machine bit tip on it with the Extreme Defender, and that MP5 clone, my youngest daughter, about 5 foot something, and 120 pounds, took a 350-pound bore with one shot with it. It's designed so it works kind of like a reverse propeller, and it does a lot of hydrostatic shock damage. Worked pretty good. Again, the animal didn't even know it was shot. It was just alive, woman, and dead. Good shot placement, and the bullet performed well. So these little Lehigh Defense bullets can work. Okay, what have we learned today? Well, we've learned that shooting things is fun. This was more of a redneck science approach to what I did with a variety of different pistol and ammunition and different caliber solutions to what you can do. Underwood ammo with Lehigh Defense, double tap ammo does otherwise, elite ammo, and I think Desert Tech for 5.7 are all different ammunition companies with the combinations of what I got here you can use. What I was doing today was more redneck science, showing a proof of concept of what you can do. If you want the exact scientific things done in what's established manner, I'm going to list 3 channels below. The Wood channel, the Shopping Block, Buffman, LT. They will have back force deformation of the body armor with clay, what it does in ballistic shell, and all the other stuff of not only what I've listed here, but a whole variety of different calibers against body armor. You'll have to surf on through their stuff and see it, but you can get more into the weeds of what the terminal ballistics does on this. Body armor is a real emerging threat. You don't think it'll happen to you till it does. I'm also going to link down here an interview to Stephen Wilford, the hero of Sutherland Springs that stopped that church massacre after the guy shot up one church, was getting in his vehicle and driving to another. Engaged him. While he did it with an AR-15, he was facing rifle plates and the whole face mask again and helmet. And how he fought that and shooting where things aren't, where the body armor isn't, or where there's soft armor. What he was doing with an AR-15, these pistols will do as well. Against rifle plates that AR is not going to penetrate, your pistol's not going to penetrate. There's no pistol that I know of with a round that'll penetrate rifle plate armor. That's why they're rifle plates. So the best thing on this is to also improve your marksmanship with what you do. Whether you decide to put soft body armor penetrating ammo in your thing, whether you decide that's not as much of a threat, I'm just going to use my regular ammo because I like it. I'm sure it's terminal ballistics. Practice against body armor. It doesn't happen until it does. It's an emerging threat. All the body armor you saw me have here, and you see the body armor in several videos that I've got, I bought cash and carry. No background check or anything. In 49 states in the Union, body armor is legal to buy. It's only a federal crime if you're a felon to have the body armor. So it's out there, and it's more common than you think. I have several clients that bought body armor. Well, these are good people that have body armor, and myself as well. There's bad people that will have that have bad things and intend to harm people. That people they intend to harm may be you. Take this seriously, think it on through. On targets, practice your training. What I've got here, again, photorealistic targets, soft body armor, hard plate. I can't shoot the hard plates, it won't be do anything. Do face shots, pelvic girdle, and groin shots. This is what you need to practice. Do it with your regular concealed carry gun. Center of mass may not be the best thing for what's going on. You need to practice non-standard shooting. So if I have to do that, instead of center of mass, shoot in the groin, shoot in the head. Practice moving and shooting. Until I've got to the point where I can be proficient against a variety of threats. Not just the threats I plan on facing. How are you going to plan on facing a threat? You don't know what the threat will be. You don't know what level of training you'll need. You don't know if your weapon system is going to do with it. Get the most effective weapon system you can get, ammo what you think is appropriate to what you need, and train and train. This is the best advice I can give to this. Again, the links below for more background on this, and also somebody who's civilian who faced this, fought it, and prevailed. If you have any comments or something you want more like this, for more the exotic approaches to things, rather than the conventional stuff, let me know. Thank you for your time and consideration. Good day.